Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you found videos on this channel useful. If you have, please do well to like, subscribe and share. I really appreciate every like, every subscribe, every subscription and every share. Okay, so we're going to start another series on May-June 2026 IGCSE ICT, starting with paper 2. Okay, if you haven't seen my video on IGCSE March series paper 2, click on the pop-up button right now to be able to watch that video as well. Okay, so we're going to go right on to this. We're going to treat document production in this video, paper 2 document production. Okay, so let's get right on to the video. You've been supplied with the following source files: J2621 charger.jpg, demand.csv, evidence.rtf, manufacturers.csv, models.csv, power.rtf, and press release.rtf. So these are the files we're going to be working with on the entire paper 2. But for document production, we're going to see the ones we're going to be working on as we start our adventure. All right. So let's go right ahead. Tax 1, evidence documents. Let me get my marker. Tax 1 evidence documents. Open the file J2621 evidence. Make sure your name, sender number, and candidate number appear on every page of the document. Save this document in your work area as J2621 evidence followed by your candidate number. For example, J2621 evidence 9999. Okay, so let's quickly go and do that. Create our evidence document. I'm going to go over here, open the evidence. So we're going to open the evidence. All right. Then, of course, I'm going to put it in the header. Double click on the header of the document, and then I'm able to put my header, my name, fictitious center number, and candidate number. Okay. Double click on the body of the document to close the header. Then click on File, click on Save As. Okay. Browse, go to my work area where I'll have. Hold on. I think it's over here, so I'll just come over here, document work area, create a folder for my work. So I'll just put June 2026. Okay. Then I'm going to open it. It said J2621 evidence followed by your candidate number. So I'll just put my candidate number here, 001. Change the format to Word document. Very important that you do that. And then click on Save. Okay. Click on OK. So my evidence document is done. Okay. So I open my header by double clicking on top of the document, and then I put my information and I saved my work in my work area. Okay. So this is done. The whole of tax 1 is done. Okay. So you're going to need this evidence document to place your screenshots, because you're going to be asked to place screenshots all through this paper. Okay, so tax 2, documents. You are going to edit a press release for Tawara Electric Vehicle Motor Company. The company uses a corporate house style for all its documents. Paragraph styles must be created, modified, and applied as instructed. Remember that corporate house style has to do with certain themes that have been set up already in the document to ensure that it conforms to certain settings. Okay, so let's start. Using suitable software, open the file J2621 press release.rtf. The page setup is set to A4 landscape orientation with 2 cm margin. Do not make any changes to this setting. 3 paragraph styles have already been created. Do not make any changes to this setting. So let's let's go and open up press release. So this is press release. I'll open it up right now. Okay, so let's confirm some of the settings. Go to layout. I click on this button here, the pages up button, click on it, and then I'm able to see a full view of all the settings. So it's on landscape, okay, it's on A4, right, and then there are 2 centimeter margin settings. Let me go back to my question paper. Okay, so A4 landscape 2 centimeter margin. So this is done already. 3 paragraph styles. Let's confirm that. Let's confirm that we have 3 paragraph styles. So okay, this. Come here. Click on this. Sorry, click on this. Okay, I don't even need to click on it because I can see them already. DB body, DB subhead, and DB table. So there are 3 paragraph styles already created, and we're not supposed to modify them. So our document is in order. Let's continue. Save this document in your work area with a file name SUV model. Make sure it is saved in the format of the software you are using. Place in your evidence document a screenshot to show this file has been saved. Make sure there is evidence of the file type. So let's save it as SUV model and then screenshot the fact that we've saved it. So I'll click on my file, click on save as, go to, this is my work area folder, SUV model. Are they together or is there a space between them? Let me confirm that. Okay, there's no space between them. So save our SUV model, then change the file type to Word document and then save. Okay, so click on OK. So I've saved that. Save. Now we need to get the screenshot of it. So I'm to get the screenshot. Go to my document work area. Okay, June 2026. So this is where I saved it. All right, here's where it is saved. So all we need to do is take a screenshot of this, and then place it in our evidence document. So I already have my snipping tool here. Like I said in my previous videos, it's always good for you to pin the software you're using all around your taskbar, so it's easier for you to be able to reach out to these things when you need them. So I'll click on my snipping tool. All right, click on new. Then I'm going to do a screenshot of this. All right, do a screenshot. Copy. Then go to my evidence document, step 1 evidence, paste it, Ctrl V to paste it. Alright, so this is done, pasted. You can see the file type is visible, the name of the document is visible. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, place in the SUV model document a right aligned header on a single line with the text press release by, followed by a space, your name, center number, and candidate number. So let's do this. Let's go do this in the header. So I'm going back to the document now. Go back to my document. So shortcut to go to the header, double click on the top of the document like this. Okay. Double click. Yeah, my header is open. Is it right aligned or left aligned? Let's see, right aligned. So I'm going to come here, put my cursor here, then use the alignment menu tab to move it to the right. Okay, so I'm going to put my name now. Sorry, okay, 001. Okay, so this is done. My name, center number, and candidate number is right there. So what else did they say we should do? a left align footer with automated page numbers. So now we're going to do a left align footer. Remember, whenever you open your header, the footer is also open. So I'll just scroll down, go to my footer, put my cursor. This is already left aligned. Okay, it's already left aligned. Click on my header and footer tab up here. Then go to page number. Okay, select current position. Select current position, and then pick any number of my choice. Okay, so this is done. So I have my details right aligned in the header, and then I have my page number left aligned in the footer right here. So I'm going to close the header and footer by double clicking on the body of the document. So that solves that problem. Okay, so this is done. Make sure that all headers display on a single line. I did that. The match page alignment, that is done. No other text or placeholders are there, that is done. And they are displayed on all pages. So all these are done. We can just go and check just to confirm. Okay, just come here. So we have this right aligned, we have this left aligned showing here. It's also showing on the second page, and then it is aligned to the borders of the document. Okay, now let's continue. Create and store the following style, basing it on the default / normal paragraph style. Style name, DB title, serif 32, center aligned, bold, single line spacing, 0 and 9 points before and after. Okay, so let's do this. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my document. Remember, to create a style, click on the home menu tab, come here. Okay, click on this drop down right here, and then click on create a style. Okay, so let's look at the name of the style we're supposed to create. Is name is DB dash title. So let's go and do that. Let's do that. So we have DB dash title, and then next thing we'll do is click on modify, so that we can modify some elements of this style. So the font style is serif. Remember, there are two classes of fonts that are used in IGCSE ICT, and generally speaking, there are two classes of fonts. You have serif, and then we have sans serif. Serif has to do with fonts that have strokes at the end of them, while sans serif do not have strokes. Okay, and an example of serif is Times New Roman. So I'm going to go back and put Times New Roman. Go back to my work. Over here, Times New Roman as a font type, and then font size 32, just like what is shown there. Font size 32. Let's go back. Alignment is center, enhancement is bold. So let's go and do that. So center align, and then bold. Okay, the next thing we need to do is line spacing, which is 0 before and 9 after. So if you go back here, we have space before is 0, space after is 9. So let's check that. Click on format, click on paragraph. Okay, so this is our line spacing, single line spacing. Space before is 0, space after should be 9. So I'm going to type 9 here, make it 9 points. I think that's all we need to do. Let me just confirm. Yes, single line spacing 9, yeah. So next thing we're going to do is take a screenshot to show that you've defined the settings for this DB style. Make sure this evidence is based on the default / normal paragraph style. So guys, guess what? I did not check that. So let me go and check that. That's one common mistake that students make, and seems like I've joined the students to make that mistake. So I'm going to come here. Can you see this phrase style based on? Come here and pick normal. Very, very important that you do that. Make sure you don't forget to do that. Okay, So I'm going to bring back the line spacing so that I can do the screenshot very clearly for the examiner to see. So I'll click on my snipping tool, click on new, then click and drag over both of them. Okay. Doing this, everything is clearly seen. You can see the font type, font size, everything is clear. So, and there's no examiner that will not give you your full marks after seeing this. So I'm going to copy this, go back to the evidence. Oh, I need to close this first before the evidence will open up. So go back to the evidence and then paste it. All right. So this is done. This is done. Let's go back. Now, this is another mistake that commonly happens with students. You can see that the style I created has affected a bunch of text on the body of my document, and that's because the cursor was on that part of the document. So whatever I have done in the style has applied to this text. So I need to change that back to what it was before. So I'll click on home and put it back on DB body, because I'm sure that was what this whole thing is based on. You can see everything now is back together. It's back the way it was. Okay, so this is done. Now let's continue. At the start of the document, above the first paragraph, enter the title Tawara Electric Vehicle Motor Company. So let me go back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to come here, put my cursor here, hit the enter key, and then move back up. So the name is Tawara Electric Motor Vehicle Company. So I'm going to type that. Is it in capital letters? Let me check. Let me check. Okay, no. So we have Tawara Electric Motor Vehicle Company. All right. So that is done. Tawara Electric Motor Vehicle Company. Okay, so this is done. All right. So apply. Step 5 says apply the DB title style to the title you entered in step 4. So I'm going to go back. Highlight it. Then actually I don't even need to highlight it. Just put my cursor here. Click on home, and then check on my DB title style. So this is it. So I'll click on it, and then the title style is applied to this. Okay. So we've done that. Now, if you're following me so far and you've gotten this far, well done. Well done. Please keep up with me. Feel free to pause the video, rewind, play it as many times as possible, so that you can get everything correctly. Okay. All right. So step 6 says format the first letter of the word Tawara at the start of the paragraph so it looks like this. So this, you can see this T is bigger than the rest of the text. Okay, that means we need to increase the size of this T, okay, until it covers onto the next line of text here. So let's go back. So this is the T. So I'll just highlight this T and then increase the size, increase it again, increase it again, increase it again. Okay. Increase the T. Okay. All right. So, all right. Good. Now, let me see. Okay. All right. So that's done. We're still going to work on this. And when we do the double line spacing, we're still going to work on this. So for now, let's continue. Okay. Apply square bullets to the text from special rubber compound to energy saving. Format the bulleted text with the bullets indented 1.5 centimeter from the left margin. So first of all, let's apply square bullets to this text. Okay. Let's apply square bullets. All right. Where is the text? Where's the text? Where's the text? Where's the text? Yes, so this is it. Special rubber compound all the way to energy saving. Special rubber compound all the way to energy saving. Let me confirm that. Yes. So we're going to apply square bullets to them. To do that, I'm going to highlight all the text. Okay. One menu tab and then pick the square bullet. So we'll pick square bullets. Okay. So this is done. This is done. Next, the bullets are indented 1.5 centimeters from the left margin. 1.5 centimeters from the left margin. So let's quickly do that. Going to do that. So it's already highlighted. So click on layout. Yes, layout. So this is the left margin settings. Okay. So I'm going to put 1.5 here. 1.5. All right. So that's done. That's done. Then single line spacing with no space before or after each line. Single line spacing with no space before or after each line. So that's what we're going to do. This is highlighted already. We're going to come here, click on this, right? Single line spacing and 0 points before or after each line, which is this. So 0, 0. So I'll click on OK. And then this is done. Then there should be a 7-point space after the last line according to the instructions on the question paper. 7-point space after the last item. Okay. Now, 7 points after the last item means between this and this, there should be 7-point space. That means if I highlight this now, it should be space before. Okay. So if I come to layout and then I put 7 points, space before here, all right, that would have solved the problem. So you now have a 7-point space between this and this. All right, so this is done. Do you understand what I did? Because if I put it here, it will be space after. If I put it here, it will be space before. So I used here and I was able to establish a 7-point space between this line and that line. All right, good. So let's go back to the question paper. Continue. Okay. All right, sort these bullets into descending order. Okay, so let's go back to our work. So I'm going to highlight this. All right, and then let's look for sort. Let's look for sort. Should be here. Okay, so this is sort. So I click on sort, and then pick descending order here. So it's sorting by the paragraphs. That's the first letters of each of them. So it's going to sort by that, and then descending order. Click on OK. So this is done. You can see it's starting from S all the way to E. So it's descending. This is in the alphabet. S is higher than E. Okay. All right. So this is done. Let's continue. So this is done. Okay. So the DB subhead style has been created. Modify the DB subhead style. So only the following formatting is applied. So what we're going to do is we're going to modify the subhead style so that it will take these characteristics. Okay. All right. First of all, let's go and open up the DB subhead style. So I'm going to click on my home menu tab. Come here, right click on the subhead style and click on modify. Okay. So we're going to modify the contents of the subhead style, the attributes rather. So come over here. Font style should be sans serif. Like I told you, serif and sans serif. Serif is the one that has strokes. Sans serif does not have strokes. So an example of sans serif is either Comic Sans or Arial. So I'm going to pick Comic Sans, okay, because I like Comic Sans actually. Size 14 and center alignment. So I'm going to come here, put size 14, right? Center alignment, okay. Then enhancement, all capital letters, italics and underline. So I'm going to pick italics, okay. It's already underlined, so I'm going to pick italics. Now for the all caps, you click on format, you click on font, and then you come here. Can you see this? Pick all caps here, right here, and you click on OK. Okay. Then what else do we have? Single line spacing 0 and 9 points. So click on format, click on paragraph. Okay. So single line spacing. What are the other settings? Single line spacing 0 before, 9 after. So we have changed this 0 before, 9 after. All right. So click on OK. Make sure that the settings is already captured. Then I'm going to do this paragraph. I'm going to put it, take a screenshot together. Already here you can see all caps captured here. So to go back to the question paper, take an evidence, take evidence, screenshot evidence to show the settings have been modified. Place this in your evidence document. So I'm going to do that shortly. I'm going to do that shortly. All right. So come to my work, come here, click on this, then I take a screenshot. Okay. Take a screenshot. All right. So copy. Okay. Okay. Go to my evidence document and paste. All right. So third evidence done. Third evidence done. 3 to go. Okay. So this is done. Then let's continue. Identify 5 subheadings and apply the DB subhead to each one of them. So let's go to our document. Let's identify the 5 subheadings we have. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is the 4th one, and this is 5 right here. So let's apply the subhead style to them. So I'm just going to put my cursor here. DB subhead 1, second one here, DB subhead, okay. Put the third one here, DB subhead, 4th one, subhead, and the last one here under the table, put DB subhead. Okay, so that's done. 5 of them done. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, so now the next one we need to do. Select the subheading introducing the new Tawara SUV 9 performance and the following text up to and including the paragraph ending range between charges. Change the page layout so that only this text is displayed in 2 columns of equal width with a 1 centimeter space between them. So let's do that. So starting from introducing the new Tawara SUV 9 and to ranges between charges. So let's look for those texts. Introducing the new Tawara 9. Where can we find that? You know, I'm actually doing it the manual way. All right, we can actually do this. Control F. Then let's introducing the new Tawara SUV 9 performance. Okay, so that's the subheading here, and ending with let's see. ending with range between charges. So let me look for that as well. Range between charges. Okay, so it's from here all the way to that subhead. So I'm going to start from here, click and drag upwards all the way to introducing the new SCV9, which is here. Okay, which is here. Great. So let's continue. So we're going to layout. Click on layout, click on columns, click on more columns. Okay, put it on 2 columns, and then how many cm is the spacing between them? Space is 1 centimeter space between them. So I'm just going to come here where you have spacing, make it 1 centimeter. Okay, after picking 1 centimeter, click on OK, and this is what we have. All right, so this is what we have. Good. Let's continue. Okay. Let me just confirm I used 1 centimeter, please. Let me just confirm that. So I'm just going to highlight this, go to layout, click here, click on this button, layout. Okay. All right. Just give me a second, please. Let me confirm that I used the right settings. Okay, yeah, I did. I used the right settings, so that's fine. Let's continue. You know, it's always good to cross-check your work so that you're not making an error thinking that you are doing the right thing. It's always very important that you check and make sure that what you're doing is in line with what you are asked to do. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is step 12. Import the image J2621 charger and place it in the paragraph beginning we have made available in-house. Rotate the image 90 degrees clockwise with the image size and aspect ratio maintained. Okay, so let's import the image and place it at the paragraph we have made available in-house. So J2621 charger. No, J2621 charger. So I'm just going to copy this, and put it where we have made available. So this is it. So I'm going to paste it. All right. So we're supposed to rotate this 90 degrees, right? Supposed to rotate this 90 degrees with the image size and aspect ratio maintained. So I could just click here and rotate. Okay, but let me use picture format. Click on my picture format right here. Click and rotate right 90. Yeah, correct. Rotate right 90. Okay. So 90 degrees clockwise, like this. Yeah. Okay. So let's continue. Format the image so that it is aligned to the left column, margin, and top of the paragraph, and the top of the paragraph we have made available in-house. It wraps the text around the image. So I'm just going to go back and yeah, click here for wrap text and pick tight so that it thoroughly wraps it. So you can see, yeah. So it wraps it, is aligned with the margins of the text, all aligned. Let me populate it. So always make sure if you're doing this that your image aligns this way and this way. Very, very, very important that is done. Okay. All right. So let's continue. This is done. Okay. Locate the table in the document. Edit and format the table so that it looks like this. So, and what's going on here is I'm seeing that they are all there's italics has been applied to this table. So let's see, and then you have borders around the table. Let's see what we have on our table. Okay, it's already on italics, and you already have borders. So let's see what else we need to do. So let me see. So model performance mode range acceleration. Okay, so this is fine. Then we have SUV9 performance on one side, and then standard comfort 759 7.8. So what we're going to do, we're going to divide this into, split this row into 4 columns. So this is how we do that. Right click on the table, click on split cells. So make it four columns, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 row. So click on OK. Yeah, and then that is done. So you can see, let me just align this with this. So you can see we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's just align this. Okay. Then let's go back. SUV standard comfort 759 7.8. Okay. Then after that we have sport adaptive track mode 759 737 7.04.6. So let me confirm that. Okay, that's correct. SUV 5 city standard comfort sport adaptive 540 510 9.8 9.5. So let's confirm. So this is correct. Let me see the last one. SUV1 track mode standard comfort 409 4128 8.4 12.12. So this is done. This is good. Our table matches exactly what is here. Okay, good. Now make sure that row 2 is separated into 4 columns. We've already done that. The column headings are displayed as shown. We've already done that. Text in rows 2 and 8 displays on one line. Rows 2 to row 8. So let's confirm that all our text display on one line. Okay, SUV9 performance is not on one line. Let's see what we can do about that. So I'm just going to just do a little modification. Let's see. Yeah, let's reduce the column width of range, and then let's click and drag this. Just going to click and drag. Yeah, so this is now on one line. This is on one line. This is on one line. So from row 2 to row 8, everything is on one line. Let me reduce this. Yeah, make this a bit better. Okay, so that's done. That's done. 1 point black internal and external grid lines are displayed when printed. The table borders and all data fit within the column width. So let's see if our border is 1 point. So this is what we're going to do. Click on this 4 directional arrows here. Click on it. It will highlight the entire table. Then we come here where we have borders. Click on the drop down arrow, and then click on borders and shadings. Okay, so come here, select all borders, which is all here, and then change this to 1 point. Okay, so yeah, we're done. Okay, so now this is a 1 point black line applied on the internal and external borders of this table. Okay, so that's done. So this is done. The table borders and all data fit within the column width. So let's check. So this fits, this fits. Okay, great. So let's continue. All right, so spell check and proofread the document. Make sure that the table and lists are not split over columns or tape or pages. There are no widows or orphans. There are no blank pages. The original DB body and DB table styles are maintained. Spacing is consistent between all items. So I am going to just go through and check my documents and ensure that everything is in order. So I come here, my spelling and proofing. So I'll click on it right here and then correct whatever needs to be corrected. Okay, so I'm correcting this, correct this, correct this, correct this, correct this, correct this, correct, correct this, correct this. Okay, correct this. All right, so we're done. Everything is, I'm done with the spelling and proofing. So I have 2 pages. Everything is aligned. Nothing is out of place. 2 pages. You can see. You can see. You can see. You can see. All right. Okay. Okay. So just checking through. Remember, I told you guys would come back to this, right? Okay. So we're going to do this right now. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is to reduce the size back to 10. So back to 10. And then to make it to look exactly like what we have in the question paper, exactly like what we have in the question paper, we would have to use an option called drop cap. All right, to make it look exactly like this, we have to use an option called drop cap on MS Word. So let's quickly do that so that we can end our work. So what I'm going to do first thing is to put my cursor here, anywhere on this line. Put your cursor anywhere on this line. Then click on Insert. Okay. Click on the Insert menu tab. Then go over here and pick Drop Cap. Okay. Add a drop cap. So I'm going to click on it. Okay. And then select Drop Cap Options. Drop Cap Options. Okay. So pick the second one. Okay, now if you look at the question paper, the T goes below 2 lines. Let me quickly show you that. The T spans 2 lines. Okay, you can see 2 lines, 2 lines. So go back to the our work, and then pick 2 lines here. Okay, and click on OK. All right, so you can see that it's done now. So this is the proper way of doing it to make sure it looks exactly like what you have here. All right, so thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to give it a like, share it with your friends, and then subscribe. Until I see you in the next video, have a good one. Expect another video on presentation June 2026. All right, have a good one.